YSA, Triad Lacrosse League, I'm not sure, the TYLA, I think they're pilot. And I didn't get, the person's supposed to be sending information, I don't know the name of the tennis group, but I coached this just I guess late last week.
And one other thing, and I guess I can ask this, has Tom Valent been tried yet?
No. I don't know the status right now, so I can't say that.
There's also a separate softball league for this area I have not had contact with, but I understand that does the work for the girls softball league. It's different from the Summerfield Rec Association. I'm not sure how it all fits together, but they apparently are different organizations.
So they're not a part of the SRA, they're different?
The SRA has teams that play in the league, but the league is a separate league. I think it's the Northwest Softball League or something like that.
Okay.
So those are all the ones that are out there now. I know that there's also a football league that plays out of Oak Ridge. There's a new lacrosse league that's forming in Oak Ridge, and they formed this year. So there's a lot of leagues out there for different athletic leagues. There's also, I know there's a church league, I think it's a church league, upward, I don't know, see the former campers around. They do basketball, softball, and soccer programming. I don't know if they're in this area or not. A number of years ago, I actually talked with YMCA even about maybe they would run a field space that we had. I haven't approached them recently on that.
Is that multi-purpose field suitable for football?
You could play football, lacrosse, and soccer on it.
We'd have to put a price.
Well, you need, in any case, you need some sort of device. It's not, we are not proposing to put in football end zone posts, field goalposts.
I don't think you should be on the sports committee.
I'm a swimmer, I'm not building a pool, so we're not coming anywhere near the. So again, I want to make sure that one, that we create a field, that we create a pricing on a per field basis, but that you also want to entertain negotiations with organizations that will do their own field usage, or either straight out fee or fee in lieu of service, maintenance of the field. And we want the three of us sitting here to be part of that.
I'd like to see any and all options, no matter how little or how big.
And I think that was the manager's intent of bringing the discussion to you, is to simply ask if there's any avenue you want to foreclose. There are so many avenues out there to explore. Was there any tension on council that there's something that you don't want to see us bring to you? And what I'm hearing is,
Bring it all.
bring it on.
All right. That's what I would.
Excuse me, Mayor, can I think I've got a suggestion that hadn't been mentioned, it might be used. Tell me to be quiet or. Have we considered possible, okay, two things, the rental of space for advertising and whatnot. There's firms that do this professionally. That's their job. They know how to solicit. They know how to maximize and get the maximum bang for the buck. Of course, they're going to make a little bit of nut off of that, but we might get more value for the money that way. The other thing I want to toss out there for consideration, there's firms that do professional field management. You know, Ricky Pearl's over here doing it. Of course, he's trying to make his own nut, but he might like to manage ours too.
Well, I'm sure they'll be looking at all.
Okay, I just want to make.
Kelly, before you can talk to her. You want to No, Kelly was Ricky's one. Kelly. No, that's another Kelly.
Oh, that's different.
That's different.
The other things is I don't remember talking to Kelly, I remember talking to Kelly.
Are you real? No one knows that when people used to say,
You're right, that's right.
"Boy, you're."
I'm sorry, I don't represent the council.
Do you feel you have adequate guidance to get
Yes,
these
I have
guys
regards to
performed?
this
Okay.
stuff, yeah.
But they don't have this ordinance and training scheduled by the town attorney.
Basically, what you have before you is the, twice, an ethics policy that comports with the statutory requirements as set forth, obviously, in this year's general session. And you have also before you, in your package, the actual ethics statute. And if you really want to track, you'd see that all five of the elements contained under 168-83B are in fact contained in this. One request for action tonight, and that is, I'm sorry?
We don't have that.
Who's that? This is what I've got. The code of ethics for the town council.
And,
That may be only something real,
Okay,
but,
I apologize.
the item is ethics, and then you're calling it a code, and that's, ordinance, and you're calling it a code, and that's two totally different things.
But, correct, yes, okay.
this is what
Okay. Right, okay. This is just simple space, that's all. What is not in your package, and I apologize, is the actual, or is the session law in your package? Okay.
No,
That's what I'm saying,
Okay,
it's not
all right.
session law.
To the extent that you want to review the session law, what we have prepared for you is a code of ethics that comports with the requirements of the session law, and I apologize if it's not in your package, but it does track the language exactly in that session law. So two issues tonight. First, to the extent that you've reviewed it and it has legal blessing that it comports with the requirements, we ask you to vote on it. Secondarily, I want to give you an update in terms of training. There are trainings that the Institute of Government has scheduled for training on this policy. The one thing that they have not ruled on is who is considered a qualified trainer for purposes of this policy. There is certainly a move afoot by the City and County Attorneys Association to have the local council be adequate trainers for purposes of this policy. That decision has not been made. Our thinking, though, from the manager and legal staff is that if we implement this policy tonight, certainly new members of council and council as a whole can be trained on them in the next month, maybe the next 2 months, by Mr. Hill and myself. And if that proves to be adequate when the time comes, then we've already done it. If it doesn't prove to be adequate, then it's no harm to do it all over again with somebody that the state or the Institute of Government has decided is the appropriate trainer for the policy. And I think with regard to this policy, the more times you talk about it, the more times you train them on it, the better. So it's the manager's suggestion, and it's agreed upon with Mr. Hill and myself, that once you approve this code of ethics, then we can, in short shrift, provide some training for the council on this and be done with our requirements under the session law. If need be, it be done again by an appropriate qualified trainer, so be it.
I want to say the session law, number one, the statute. Number two,
Okay.
the people in the audience don't know what we're talking about.
Okay.
In July 2009, the General Assembly passed a law requiring 2 hours of ethics training by every
Right, well, before that,
employee. Even
correct.
before that.
But even before that, they required a particular policy and set forth in that same session law, Ms. Goodwin, the requirements for the policy.
And they also require the code or whatever to be done by when?